Today we'll discuss a concept called as in Webdynpro we have a concept called as assistance class in what Webdynpro. Assistance class in Webdynpro. So let me go to the standard documentation working with the assistance class. So if I open the standard documentation, right? So this is standard documentation. Let me clear. So go to help.sab.com, you'll get it. Excuse me, please. Hello? Okay, fine. Right, where we are? Sorry. What is this assistance class means? Just let me tell you the requirement first. What is the style we are following for developing the Webdynpro component? We are creating the context, designing the layout, and implementing the event handler methods or implementing the life cycle methods. Okay. So, yeah. Uh, what I want to implement is I want to implement MVC design pattern. MVC design pattern. What is the concept of MVC design pattern? Model view controller. It is the process of separating the business logic and what presentation logic. Okay. So here M indicates what model. Okay, M indicates model, which refers to what data. Okay, view indicates what the content which you are showing to the user. Content shown to the what user. Okay, so this is data. We may fetch it from database or we may fetch it from what file. Okay, content shown to the user. This is nothing but what presentation logic. Okay, so view is responsible for what showing the content. This is nothing but what business logic. Make clear. And controller will act as a mediator. Controller will act as a mediator. Interface what between what between model and what view. Interface between model and what view. Mediator between model and view. Now, so far, what is the concept we are following is in the view level, we are designing the layout, okay, where we are writing the business logic within the same Webdynpro component only, na? Within the same Webdynpro business logic in the sense the select statements, whatever you are writing, okay, we are writing that within the methods of the view, okay. So what I want to do is I want to put this logic, model logic, inside a separate class called as what? Assistance class, so that it is reusable. Okay, I can attach the same assistance class to what? N number of what? Webdynpro components. Okay, that is what is the purpose of what? Assistance class. For each Webdynpro component, you can create a uniquely assigned what? Assistance class. This class should inherit from the abstract class. What is that? CL underscore WD underscore component underscore assistant. So what is the prerequisite? What are the assistance class we are creating? It must inherit a standard class called as what? CLWD component assistant. So whenever we do the inheritance, what happens? All the public and protected components of the superclass will be inherited to what? Subclass. Here our assistance class is a subclass. Okay. Creating an assistance class for a component provides the following benefits. What are they? You can store coding. You can store coding there that is required within the component. What is that? You can store coding there that is required within the component. You can store coding there that is required within the component. Yeah, that's what I said now. I can write that particular select statement inside what? Assistance class. Okay, but is not linked directly with the layout or with the function of a controller. Good. Understood? Whatever you are writing, it is not specific to any layout or not specific to any controller. This could be, for example, a call of the application layer or a UI based rating of the data. Yeah, note. What is that? Method calls of the assistance class are much better from a performance point of view than calling a methods of what? Webdynpro. Good. Understood? So we are writing our select statement inside wd do init method, or we are writing that inside a supply function, or we are writing that inside what? Event handler methods na? Within the controller. So what SAP is saying, calling the method of access class is much faster than what? Calling the methods of your view controller or component controller or what? Window controller. Am I clear? That is one advantage. What is the other advantage? The second important function of assistance class is management of what? Dynamic text. Management of what? Dynamic text. Text that are combined at runtime only, and or contain variables can be stored in the text pool of the text symbol. The assistance class is automatically okay, done. So other advantage is what? Text symbols. Text symbol means what? Suppose, try to visualize this. I am developing a view. Okay, try to understand. I am developing a view is the one which is shown to the user na? View is the one which is shown to the user. So assume that here I'll say some message like okay, customer number. Try to understand customer number. I'm a user from India. I can understand this label na? What is customer? Now I am a user from Germany. I don't understand English, so I expect this description in which language? German language. Am I clear? So we can do the same thing in script and smart form na? We can translate the script and smart form into what? Multi language. Similarly, what SAP is saying is in Webdynpro also, we are giving the labels so far na? Labels we are hard coding, right? Directly we are setting the text. So don't hard code. You provide that text as part of what? Assistance class. So what is the advantage of maintaining the text in the assistance class? I can translate that into a different language. Understood? So if I extend my business to other countries, I need not modify my component. Just I need to translate that particular text value. So depending on the login language, the appropriate text would be displayed. That is another advantage of what? Assistance class. Understood? One is reusability, performance rate is faster, and then what? To achieve internationalization. Internationalization means according to the login language, the text should be displayed in that particular language only. So that creation and maintenance can be done as part of what? Assistance class. So that's what the notes they gave here. Am I clear? And okay. What is the next point here? The assistance class is automatically instantiated when a component is what? Called. So it's how do we access the components of a class? We have to create the object of the class now. So it seems that whenever a Webdynpro component is executed, assistance class is also what? Instantiated automatically. The instance, the object is available to each controller of the component through the attribute what? WD underscore assist. So it seems that the object of the assistance class is provided by what? The framework itself, and that object name is what? WD underscore assist, and it is available in all the three controllers: component controller, view controller, and what? Window controller. That's all. That is the concept of what? Assistance class. Am I clear? So what is the agenda now? Instead of writing the select statements, instead of writing the select statement within the methods of the controller, I'll write it as part of the methods of what? Assistance class. Whichever component is interested in that, we have to attach the assistance class and access it. Okay, and we can also achieve what? Internationalization, right? So this is my requirement. This is my requirement. Okay, so what I want the view layout, okay, which should contain some text. Okay, text symbol value displayed based on what? Language selected. If I log in English, it should show me in English. If I log in German, it should show me in what? German. And I want a form kind of thing where I'll enter what? Customer number. When I click on the button, I have to pass this customer number to what? Method of what? Method of what? Assistance class, which has to get the data, return the data to my layout and display it here. So obviously for the form, what is the context I require? Node, na? Node with how many attributes? Three attributes, because we have three input fields. And for the text, whatever you want to display, I want one attribute. Attribute type what? String. str is the name of the attribute. A indicates what your attribute. Am I clear? So this is the overall requirement. Am I clear? So let's create the, first I have to create what? Assistance class. I have to create the assistance class. Let me create. So where do we create the global classes? SE24. Okay, so I'm going to SE24. Right. So I'll go to SE24 class builder. I'll give the object name. What is the object name? Any name. Since it's a custom class, you have to start with what? Z. I'll give the name of this what class as, let me use the same name. What is that? Z915 assist. Any name, but again I want to disturb that. That's the reason I'll give Z915 what? Assist. Something, some name for the class. Create. What you have to create? Class. Done. Description. It must inherit, na? So I have to click on what? Create inheritance. What is the class it has to inherit? CL underscore WD underscore component underscore what? Assistant. Am I clear? So how do I know all these things? By referring to the documentation. Understood? So no one will tell us, we have to refer to the documentation and what? Analyze any technology. Okay, done. So I'm inheriting the class CLWD component assistance. Do I need to deselect final? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's a normal usual ABAP class. So since I'm inheriting, all the public and protected components of this class will be inherited to what? Subclass. So save it. I'll save it in the local object. Right. Right. So this is the class which is inheriting this class. All the public, okay, there are no attributes, but there are two methods, public and protected, got inherited. Am I clear? Done. So what are the method names here? One method name is get underscore text, and another method is so and so. Any of this is protected, I cannot call it outside. I can call only what? Public. What is this get text? Returns text for what? So that's what MVC I said now. So this assistance class, whatever you're creating, will act as what? Model here. Model is responsible for what? Fetching the data. Am I clear? Done. So now as usual, I'll to create one method now. I'll give the method name as what? Get customer. Let me give it as public so that I can access it outside. What this method has to do? It has to take the customer number as what? Input. It has to take the customer number as input, return what? Customer country and what? Customer name. So keeping that in mind, I'll create what? Parameters. What is the parameter? I underscore customer number, importing, type what? KN1 hyphen customer number, E underscore what? Land one, exporting a, 1 second, it got stuck. It got stuck. What is the class name? Z 915 assist. I need to recreate a no, not necessary. Done. So what is the method name? Get customer. Let me take it as instance. I'll take this as what? Public. For this method, I'll take one import parameter I underscore customer number, importing type KN1 hyphen customer number, then E underscore land1. I'll take it as what? Exporting KN1 hyphen land1, then E underscore name1, exporting KN1 hyphen what? Name1. Done. Again, it got stuck, boss. What is the problem? Get customer. I'll go to parameters. KN1 hyphen Kunnar, KN1 hyphen land1, KN1 hyphen what? Name1. Done. Okay, so this is a signature. Let me write the logic. So double click on the method, right? So here I'll say select single. What are the fields? Land1, name1 from KN1 into the export parameters. What are they? E underscore land1, comma E underscore name1, where customer number is equal to what? The imported customer number. Save it, check it, activate your assistance class. So assistance class is what? Created. Right? C915 assist. What is the method name? Get customer. Now we have to go ahead and create what? Webdynpro component. Am I clear? Online, hope it's clear. So please stop me if you have any questions anywhere. So I'll go to object navigator. I'll choose Webdynpro component. I'll give the component name as Z what? 10am WD 10 Z 10am WD 10 11 12. Okay. Plug what? Assistance class. I'll give the window name as underscore window continue. Okay. So as of now, this is a standalone Webdynpro component. It is a standalone Webdynpro component. So for this Webdynpro component, I have to associate what? Assistance class. So observe here, if you go to component controller, if you go to attributes, we have how many attributes here? Only two attributes. I don't have any attribute called as WD underscore assist. If I go to view level, in the view level attributes also, we don't have any attribute by WD underscore assist. Similarly, you can also check at what? Window level. So at the window level attributes also, I don't have anything WD assist. So what I have to do now? As part of the component level, not component controller, as part of what? Component level. Yesterday we right clicked and say what? Create what? what is this? Service call. Now, as part of it is in display mode, let me open editable mode. As part of component, you can see here, what is this? Assistance class. What is the assistance class we created? Z915 assist. Okay, press enter. That's all. When I save it once, now you can go and check. Yeah, I can see the hierarchy. Assistance class is plugged. If I double click on component controller, do we have any attribute with the name WD assist? Yes. Object of ref2 is selected. Object of your assistance class. It is available at component controller. It is available at what? What? Huh? Yeah, view control level and what? Window controller level. Am I clear? Done. So we are able to plug the assistance class to our method, and rest of the process is what? Same. What is that? Before we design the layout, visualize the layout, create the context. So what is the layout requirement? I want to display some text here, and I want to create a form and a button. So for text I require one attribute, for form I require a node and button. Okay, so let me create the context first. Right, this is my view. I'll go to what? Attribute, sorry, I'll go to what? Context. Okay, as usual, right click on the root context, create what? Node or what? Attribute, doesn't matter. I'll take the attribute name as what? Str. Type, let me take it as what? String. So one individual attribute got created. Then right click on the context, create what? Node. I'll give the node name as kna1 node. Since I want to bind it to a form, cardinality is what? 1 is to 1. I am not referring to any dictionary structure. If I refer unnecessarily, it will refer to all the fields. That's the reason I'm creating a blank node. Under that node, I'll right click and I'll create what? Individual attributes. I'll give the attribute name is what? Customer number. Type what? KNA1 hyphen customer number, or refer to data element. Create what? Attribute. What else? Land1 type KNA1 hyphen land1. Name one, type what? KNA1 hyphen, done. So save it. Context is what? Ready. Context is ready. Now I want to design what? Layout. Okay, so I'll go to what? View layout. Right. What is that I require here? I need to display some text. So for that I require one text view. Na? I require one text view. So right click on the root element container, insert element. I'll give the ID as something what? T view. Type is what? Text view. Type is what? Text view. What is the property I have to bind here? Yes, text property. Okay, instead of giving the static text, I'll bind it to the attribute. What is the attribute here? Str. I'll bind the text property with what? Attribute what? Str. Done. Then I require a form now. So I'll choose this code wizard, form, context node, kn1 node. I want a container kind of thing. I want the heading also. Create what? Section header. I want all the fields. Continue. Done. Okay, so this is my form container. Where is the header was? This only. Text. Customer data. Right, so I got the form. Okay. Let me save it. Check for the syntax error, no errors. Then I require a button. Na? Right click on this, insert element, B1, type what? Button. For the button, as usual, you'll give what? Text. Get customer, and you'll associate what? On action event. No? Okay. Online, just hold on, please. Right. Where we are? So on action event you have to associate for the button. Na? So let me associate the on action event. I'll give the action name as get customer data. Okay, yeah. This is a button only, na? This is a button. For the button I'm associating what, on action event. Okay, continue. Done. Right, so this is a button I got. Okay, now what I have to do, see this, let us do it part by part. By default this view is plugged to what, window. Okay, acha, I did a mistake, not mistake basically. If you go back to your assistance class, this is my Webdynpro comment. Let me come out of this once, check the syntax, no errors, done. Let me activate this, right click and what, activate. We are currently editing. Okay, first let me create the application. Let me create the application. Underscore what, app 12. Let me save it. Okay, let me activate this. Right, I have activated the component. Yeah, in the assistance class what we have done so far, just we have created a method. We have written some select statement, but what else we can do in assistance class, we can maintain what, text symbols, so that I can translate into what, multiple languages. So we forgot that. So I'll go to that class. I'll go to the assistance class. This is my assistance class. Just I create what, one custom method. So I'll create what, one or more text symbols. How do you create? Somewhere you have to choose them in what? Go to what is this? Go to what? Text elements. Go to understood, in the assistance class itself. Choose the menu. Go to text elements. Yeah, you have to give the what, symbol. Generally we'll give it in 3 digits. I'll give 001. Text I'll give it as what, welcome to what, assistance class. Assume this is what, English. Welcome to assistance class in what, English. Let me save it. Let me activate this. Right, so I maintain only what, one text symbol. What is the name? 001. Now I'll translate it. I'll choose, go to what is this, translation. Okay, for defining go to text elements, for translation go to translation. Yeah, this will take some time. Yeah, what is the source language? English. What is the target language? Dutch. Okay, this is Dutch itself. Okay, I'll do one thing. I'll go for what is that, German. D. This will take time. Okay, so we need to wait. Done. Okay, so from English US to what, German. Okay, here you have to take the help of what, translators. Okay, in the real time you have to take the help of what, translators. They will provide the appropriate text in what, German. Okay, so assume this is German now. Welcome to what, assistance class in what, assume this is German text. Okay, let me just save it. Okay, done. Go back. So I maintain in what, two languages. Okay, now again I'll choose go to translation. This time I'll give what, FR, French. Okay, so I'll say welcome to assistance class in what, French. So done, save it, go back, save it, check it, activate this. Right, so my assistance class is created in which we have one text symbol, and that is available in how many languages, three languages. Done. Now let me go back to our component, Webdynpro component. Yeah, what is this, z, 10 a.m. WD what? 11, 12. Done. So now already we have created what? Application done. Okay. I created the view context and the view layout. What is the view layout we have created? One text view UI element and one form and what? One button. Okay. So let me activate the whole component once again. Let me execute now. When I right click and say test. Okay, done. Yeah. Here I should get the text now. By default I want. By default. So where do you write the logic? WD do init now. So in the WD do init method, I'll implement that. So let me go back to what? View. What is the first method called here? WD do init. So in the WD do init method, what I'll do here, I'll say call what? Assistance class method to read what? Text symbol value. Okay, so the text view is linked with what attribute? What context attribute? Str. How do you set the value for the attribute? Set attribute na? So that value I want to get it from where? From the assistance class. So if you go back to assistance class has inherited another class na? Okay, when you inherit the public component will come here na? One of the public method is what? Get text. Returns text for what? Model class. It is an instance public. How do you access instant methods? By using what? Object. What is the object given by SAP for this class? WD underscore assist, which is available in all the three levels now. Even at the view level also it is available. Object of our assistance class. So using that object, I'll try to call that method get text. See the signature of this method, get text. I'll see the parameters. Key is what? Mandatory. What is the key? 001 na? 001. Text returning what type? String. So I'll receive it and I'll bind it. Am I clear? So I'll say here data what? LV underscore str type what? Instead of what coding, or else I'll say anyhow I'm calling the method type what? String. Go to pattern, above objects pattern. What is the object of the assistance class? WD underscore assist. What is the assistance class? Z915 assist. What is the method? Get text. One of the inherited method. Get underscore text. It's a method of an interface. Done. Key. What is the key? 001. Result is equal to what? LV underscore str. Done. Then what I do? If LV underscore str is what? Not initial. What I have to do? Set the value for the what? Context attribute what? Str. What is the context attribute name here? Str, which is under root na? What is the root object? WD context na? So we know all those things. So I'll say what? WD underscore what? Context. What is that? If WD context node. What is the method? Set underscore what? Attribute. Set underscore attribute. Done. Yeah. Value. Where is the value available? LV underscore what? STR. What is the name? Name of the attribute. What is that? STR. Done. That's it. So save, check it, activate. Understood now? So WD do init method gets executed first, in which I am calling the assistance class method get text, which takes a text symbol as input and returns associated value based on the login language. Okay. So here I have not written any logic that get in English, get in French. It will have the intelligence. Okay. So when I activate, what I got? Welcome to assistance class in what? Because this is configured in what? English. But can I show it here? 1 second. I'll take the URL. Whenever we create the application, what happens? A URL gets what? Generated. I'll just copy the URL. Control C. I'll try to run it through Google Chrome. but I don't know whether I accept or not. Good. Yeah. User to give the credentials. What? Field server. To give the password. Yeah. What is the language by default here? English. I'll change this to what I have to change? Arre, arre, arre. It is meant here. There is only what two languages configured: Dutch and what English. So I may not get it. So I'll choose. Can I give the value my own value? No. I'll give Dutch. If I give Dutch also, if it is not available, you'll get in English only. Dutch is what NL. Oh, I got in what German. Okay, I'll do one thing. Let me go back. Let me refresh. What is this Fairy server? Server 123. I'll choose English only. Log on. I got in what English. Okay. So I think Dutch is what translated to what Germany. That's what it is understanding. Language. Yeah, I got in what German. Understood. So we have to maintain that language in the browser. Then only we'll get it. Am I clear? So depending on the logon language, the appropriate text. Actually, I did for this. You have to do for this also. See here. What happened? This is coming in what? German. If you don't want this, if you want your own translated values, you maintain that. Separate text symbol for this, separate text symbol for this one, for everything. For everything, whatever the content you are showing, don't show the hard-coded descriptions. Maintain it in what? Assistance class and translate that into different languages. Okay. So what is the next requirement here? When I click on the button, I should get what? Customer data. So here I'll give the customer number. I'll give something 1000. When I click on this, I should read this value. I have to read this value, pass this value to what? Assistance class method, which will return the land one and name one, which you have to receive and bind it with the attributes of this node. Na? Okay, that is the logic. So where you have to write in the on action event of what? Button. So let me go to the main view. In the on action event of the button, what is the first step I have to do? Huh? I have to read the value of what? Customer number. Where it is available? Under the node. So first of all, I have to read the reference of the node. Using that reference, read the value of what? Kunnar. So same story. So first is what? Get the what? Reference of the nodes. KN1 underscore node. Do I require this node reference in any other place? No. I require it only here, so I'll declare it locally. Okay. So data context underscore KNA1 underscore node type ref2 ifwd what context node, sorry, context node. Then I'll use a pattern based on the root context. What is the method? Get child node name. What is the name here? Name of the node KN1 node. But instead of hard coding, we know the technique now. W underscore, what is the constant which gets generated? WCTX underscore the node name. What is that? KN. Am I clear? So I'm avoiding the hard coding. Context underscore what? KN1 underscore node. Done. Next, if what? Context underscore kn1 underscore node is what? Is bound. Okay, if it is bound, what I have to do? Read the what? Value of the what? Attribute. What is the attribute name? What? Customer number. Okay. I have to, what is the data type of that attribute? K1 hyphen what? Kunnar. So instead of art coding, again, what I'll do? Data, what? LV underscore Kunnar, type what? WD underscore this of what? Element underscore what? K1 underscore node hyphen what? Kunnar. That's all now. In the local interface, what is this? Element underscore node name hyphen what? Field name. So I'm avoiding the art coding. Clear? Okay, read that value now. Go to pattern. Yeah, what is the reference of the node I got? Context underscore what? Kn1 underscore node. What is the method I have to call? Yes, get underscore what? Attribute. Get underscore attribute. Yeah, name of the attribute is what? Kunnara. Name of the attribute is Kunnar. Importing. What is the value? LV underscore what? Kunnar. LV underscore Kunnar. Done. Then if LV underscore Kunnar is what? Huh? Is not initial to what? Call what? Call assistance class method. Okay, to read what? Data. Okay, else without entering the customer number, I may click on the button. So I have to flash what? Message to enter what? Customer number. And if done. Okay, so if LV underscore Kunar is not initial, call the assistance class method to read the data. What is the assistance class method name? Get customer. What is the signature? It returns E underscore land1, E underscore name1, which I have to bind it with my attributes. Na? So I require two variables before I do that. So what I will do, data, what? LV underscore land1, type what? WD underscore this of what? Element underscore kn1 underscore node hyphen what? Land1. Next, LV underscore name1 type kn1 hyphen what? Hyphen name1. So I declare two local variables. Done. So now you call the assistance class method. Am I clear? Go to pattern, above objects button. What is the assistance class object? WD underscore what? Assist. What is the class name? Z 915 assist. What is the method name? Get customer. Get customer. Done. Customer number equal to what? LV underscore customer importing. I will import that into my local variables what? LV underscore land1, LV underscore what? Name1. That's all, no? Okay. Then what else? Bind what? Or set retrieve data to the what? Context attributes. What are the attribute names? Land1 and what? Name1. So as usual, I'll go to pattern. What is the reference of the node? Context underscore kn1 node. If wd context node. Set underscore what? Attribute. Set underscore attribute. Value. What is the value here? LV underscore land1. What is the name? Name of the attribute is what? Land1. Repeat this process. Sorry. What is the attribute name? Name one. And this attribute name is name one. The variable is what? LV underscore name one. Done, 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 done. That's all. Na? So we are calling the assistance class. So the main thing is we are avoiding the select in the control level. We are doing it in what? Assistance class level, which is reusable. Right? So if it is not initial, I'm reading the, I'm calling the assistance class method, receiving the data and binding it to the appropriate. So and so done. Let me activate this. Okay, without entering anything, if I click on this, actually I have to give a message. Okay, customer number I'll give 1000. I got what? So and so. I'll give 1001. Yeah, it's getting changed now. Done. Right. Now here I can do one more thing. What is that? Yeah. If I don't enter anything here, what should happen? I have to give a what? A message kind of thing. Na? So let me cover message manager here only. Simple, very simple. Okay. Else what? Flash message to enter what? Customer. So this message management in Webdynpro is around 2 to 3 steps. Very simple. We are at what level? View level. Okay. So in the view level, yeah, in the view level, what is the interface related to component controller? This one, IG underscore what? Component controller. For this, the object is what? W underscore comp underscore what? Controller. Okay. Inside this interface, yeah, inside this interface, there is a method called as what? WD get API. What is this method? Instance method. How do we access instance method? By using the object. What is the object given by SAP? WD underscore comp underscore control. So using this object, I'll call which method? WD get API. What does it do? Returning. So if you're interested, you can receive. I'm interested. It is going to return me what? Object of which interface? If underscore wd underscore what? Component. Am I clear? When I call this method, returns me the reference of the component. So see the technique. Flash message to enter what? Customer number. Na? So here first step is the same process you have to follow everywhere. Get the reference of the what? Component. Okay. What is the return type of that method? Object of what? If underscore wd underscore component. So I want to receive it. Data o underscore cmp type ref2. What is that? If underscore wd underscore, it is returning na. So I'm interested to receive. That's why I declare the reference. Next I'll say o underscore cmp equal to, how to call that method? wd underscore comp controller. What is the method name? wd underscore get underscore what? API. Am I clear? We are at the view level. In the view level attribute, to refer to the interface component, what is the object? WD comp control. In this interface only, we have the method WD get API, which returns me the reference of the component interface. If WD what? Component. So that's what I am doing. Am I clear? So I'm just calling the method. Done. Next, if o underscore cmp is what? Bound. If it is a what? Object. Understood? So I received the object of which interface? If underscore wd underscore, it's a global interface. Let me open that. If underscore wd underscore what? Component. It's a global interface. Webdynpro comp. Okay, it's a global interface. In this interface, there is a method called as goods. There is a method called as what? Get message manager. What is this method? Instance method. How do you call instance? By using what? Object. What is the object I got in the previous step? O underscore what? CMP. By using that object, I'll call this. What does it do? returns reference to what? Message manager. See the signature? It is returning object of which interface? If WD message manager. So I'm interested to receive it. So what is the next step now? Yes, get the reference of what? Message manager. So data O underscore what? Message manager type ref to what is the return type? If underscore W underscore message underscore what? Manager. Okay. O underscore message underscore manager is equal to what is the previous object? O underscore component arrow operator. What is the method name? Get message. It's not a direct message, it's a part of an interface. So you have to give the enter thing now. So I'll just give that. Get message manager. It's a method, so give the parenthesis. Is it clear? So when I call that get message manager, it is returning me the reference of which interface? Message manager what? Interface. Okay. Next, what I have to do? If what? O underscore message underscore manager is what? Bound. If it is bound, what I have to do? Okay, I have received the object of that interface. Na? Let me check what is there inside this. I got this. When I double click on this, this interface has got some public methods. What are they? Report what? Success message. Report what? Warning message. Error is not there. Huh? Report what? What? Error message. So I can call what? Appropriate. All these methods are what? Instance method. So before calling, okay, I have to show it as error or warning or success. Error. Validation is failed, na? So I want to flash what? Flash what? Error message. Am I clear? So I want to call which method? Report error message. What is the signature of this? All are optional except the first one. What is this? Message text. Type what? Character sequence. Character sequence. When I double click on this, it is a predefined about character sequence. Okay, message underscore what? Text. Am I clear? So let me just call that method. Can I use pattern? Yes, it's a global only. Yeah, what is the object I got in the previous step? O underscore message underscore manager. What is the interface? If underscore W underscore message underscore what? Manager. Browse this. What is the method? Where is that? Raise error message is there, but it is what? Absolute means don't use it. Where is that? Report what? Error message. Done. All are optional. Message text is equal to what? Please, actually I am hard coding. Don't hard code. Maintain that in what? Assistance class. Translate that into a different language. Am I clear? So please enter what? Customer number. That's all. Na? All this. Character sequence. We should ask SAV why they gave it. Understand? That's what I try to did. Na? I try to double click. What is saying? Nothing. It is a predefined ABAP type. Okay, so I have to check whether it will take this string or not. Okay, done. That's all. So let me save it. Check it. No errors. Done. So these are the 3 to 4 steps you have to follow everywhere in what? Webdynpro, wherever you want to flash what? Success message or warning message or what? Error message. Get the reference of what? Component. Then get the reference of what? Message manager. Then flash the appropriate message. Error or so and so so and so. Save it. Check it. Activate. Done. Let me activate this. I'm not entering. Good. Error na. So it is showing it as what? Red color. Okay. I'll enter what? 1000. Good. Am I clear? So it is 1001. I got the data. Again, I'll not enter. I'll click on this. Okay. Actually, I have to clear this. You write the logic. Clear the values of what? Attributes. Am I clear? So This is the way you provide. Actually, I'm providing on the message area. Sometimes customer will ask you in the box that comes under later dialog boxes. Yeah. Pop-up window. Okay, so that is a different, that is called as window management. Whatever you are discussing now is message management. Similarly, we have window management, so that will come later on. Done. So here, depending on the criticality of the message, you flash either error or warning or what success. Success means, okay, one more thing you can do here. I'm entering 1000. I got the data now, so you flash success message. Record customer found. I'm entering a customer which there is no data. So if there is no data, report warning message. No, yellow color icon you will get. Yellow color icon like this. Actually, I'm not getting because I've not done it. Done. So this is a way to do the message management. Any questions? Please ask me. So that's it. I'm done with what assistance class and what message manager. See, all these features I'm doing in separate program. Project means what? You'll club all the features in what? Single object. Any questions? Okay. See this Webdynpro, if you are getting any errors in your laptop when you're practicing, one issue would be wherever you got it installed, they might have not set the path. Actually, I am also not aware of that, but let me just try here. See, we'll have that host file, na? Where I can check it, cmd command. No, not this was. Yeah, here only. Here, what is the file name? Host. I'm searching for a file called as what? Host. Hosts. Is it opening? No. Host.txt? No. Drivers. See here, you'll have one directory by name what? Drivers. Okay, so in my system, it is available here. Where is that? C drive in system 32 folder. C drive, Windows folder, System 32. Amar, I'm explaining to you only. C drive, Windows, System 32 drivers. You search for a drivers folder. In the drivers folder, you will have one file name called as host.txt. This is not my server. I don't know whether I can show it or no, it's not this. etc folder is there here. Yeah, etc folder. In the drivers folder, yeah, in the drivers folder, we'll have what etc folder. If you go to etc folder, yeah, here I'm having a file what host.txt. If you open this host.txt, let me open. I'm trying to open that host.txt file. Yeah, in this host.txt file, okay, so here your IP address should be provided. Whatever the IP address is there for the system, okay. What you do is open your host.txt file at the end. Assume that this is the end. Okay, your system will have the IP address and the domain name. Na? So here they give the IP address and the domain name. Okay, they give the IP address and as well as what? Domain name. So your system also will have what? IP address. So whatever the IP address is there, give that. Whatever the domain is there, you give that. And restart your system once. Restart your system once, then it should work fine. Am I clear? So search for a folder called as, yeah. This is my system. No, no, no. If it is there, you don't do anything. If it is, it will not be there by default. If you install only ECC 6.0, outside vendors, what they'll do is they'll not configure this. When you ask that you want Webdynpro, they'll charge another 500 and they'll add it and give it. Okay, so open your host.txt file, check whether your what IP address and the host name is available or not. Okay, so If it is not there, you provide the IP address and the host name and restart your system once. It should work fine. It should work fine. Amar, is it clear? That's what you're asking, right? So try this setting. It should work. Or sometimes you may have this issue also. We need to try ask you admin permission. Good. So yeah, again, this is a thing you have to do. What you do is, yeah, what you do is you make a copy of that host.txt file from the directory, Amar. Okay, wherever that drivers etc folder is there, you make a copy of that. Put that file on what? Desktop. Put that file on desktop. Make the necessary changes and save it. It will save it because you are on the desktop. It will allow you to save. Then you copy that modified file back to what? That etc folder. It will ask you to overwrite. You say yes. Then restart the system. Okay, copy that, make a copy of that host.txt file and put it on the desktop. Open that file, make the changes, save it on the desktop. Then you try to copy this desktop host.txt file onto the target directory. Since it is already there, it will ask you to overwrite, say yes, and then restart the system. That is one issue. Another issue could be, see here, suppose I'm trying to connect to one of the server. Oh, it's not there. Okay, so if I go to Object Navigator, right? Suppose I'll try to develop a Webdynpro component. Yeah, along with the component, one window and one view gets what created. Yeah, here you can see. If I try to open my view, if I double click on the view, yeah, see here, I'm getting this one. Okay, so I am in the earlier server, I'm able to see the view layout now. If you go to the view, what any view, I'm able to see the layout here now. I can see that what UI elements. I can see the preview of that layout in the design time itself. In the design time itself, I'm able to see that. But in this server, yeah, in this server, you'll get this. So if this is the problem, Amar, the reason is the GUI is not installed properly. The GUI software is not installed properly, or you might have installed the older SAP GUI SAP GUI software. Try to install new not SAP server software, only SAP GUI software. Otherwise, also, even if you don't get this, don't worry about this. Okay. See, suppose I'll just it is in display mode. It is in display mode. I'll open it in what? Editable mode. I opened it in editable mode. Still, I am not getting. Okay. Yeah, yeah. So what you do is, so if you don't get that, you try to design as it is. Right click on this. I'll see now I'm able to what? Insert the element. I'll say T1. I'll say what? Text view. Okay. So I cannot preview that in the design time, but in the runtime you'll get it. This is my T1. Okay, so I'll say what, welcome, right? So there is a bug in the GUI software, so you'll get that message. Done. So I'm unable to, yeah, yeah, you'll not get this in the what design time. Now I created the text view, I gave the text, it is plugged to what, a window. Done. Let me create the application. Create Webdynpro application. I'll say underscore app. Done. I'll save this. Let me activate the component. Component is activated. So in the design time, I cannot see the preview of the layout. Okay. Now let me run it. When I say test here, yeah, here also I may get this. Yeah, you are getting the same thing here like this. Okay, so I didn't got that. So might be in this server also that setting is missing. Okay, or the browser is not configured properly. So what you do is in that case, just for practice purpose, just copy the URL. Copy the URL from the application. Okay, and try to run it in the other browser, not in the default browser. Try to run it in other browser. I think I'll get it. Oh no. uh, why the same problem? What happened? It is not configured. This domain name is not configured. Is it the same thing? Okay, 1 second. I'll open this. Yeah, I'm not getting that now. So what I'll do is I'll just change my IP address. There's a problem with the IP address here. I forgot that. Let me try 192.168.100.10 now. Let me try. I'm giving a different IP address. Still I'm getting the same problem. Let me check the IP address on my logon pad. EHP7 right click properties. 192.160.10 dot what? 101. 192.168.10.101. Now let me try 10.101. So understood. It's a problem with my IP address. So whatever the IP address is there in my logon pad, you try to refer to that. Right click, say properties. Right. So this IP address I'm referring, working fine. Let me give the credentials. So here I'm in English and what? German. Okay. So I'll click on this. I should get it. What happened? Yeah, I got what? Welcome. Am I clear? So try all these combinations somewhere. Somewhere you'll get it. Done. So any further questions? Yeah. Sure. So I'll wind off. I'll continue tomorrow with other topic. Okay.